Hi, it's a money question. Would you say the poorer you are, the more difficult it is to extricate yourself out of that to prosperity based on the history of poverty?
Yes, but only because your attention to what is often becomes your dominant vibration. So actually, the opposite of that could be true if you understood these laws, because the poorer you are, the greater the vortex of prosperity that you've created, because you've been asking in a stronger way and in a more often way.
Okay.
Most people are offering most of their vibration based upon what they are observing.
Right, and I've heard you say money is one of the more difficult ones about telling a new story about.
It's pervasive, it's in your experience. Sort of like your body, it goes everywhere you go nearly.
Yeah, you say it's hard and then you move on. So
Yeah.
Are we effed if we're in that situation? Because it's hard.
Well, the good news is, and it is good news, that in the struggle, there is a creation of something more. And this is a statement that you can count on. This is a statement that we're about to make that is really worth holding in your consciousness, because this would free anyone from what you've just described. If your desire is strong enough, it doesn't matter what you believe. You come here with a variety of beliefs, and a lot of the beliefs that you hold are not serving you well. Some of them are. But we've got you outnumbered, as we just described. So what we bring to the room is knowledge of who you really are, which makes it more likely, after you hung around here for a little while and listen a little bit, for you to begin feeling the resonance with who you really are. So if you've got a strong belief, even though you have doubt, or even though you're having an experience, Esther had an experience of Jerry taken off. He told her when they first came together, a strong possibility I might cut out on you early because he was 2 decades older than she was. And she said, I don't care. Turned out she did care. But it took a while for her to not be absorbed in the discomfort. And so you can do it. Here's another statement that goes along with what you said. A disease perpetuates so much more rapidly after diagnosis, because attention to it disallows the well-being that would be there otherwise, or the stabilizing influence that was there, that much faster. Everything is about the direction of your thoughts. So what are you getting at? You've got something that you're driving at here.
Yeah. I'm in a situation now where money's tight. It hasn't been that way. I kind of was given 5-year-old twin girls, and I decided early in my life that I didn't want to take on that financial obligation because I didn't trust myself. So it's coming up a lot right now, 7, 8, 9 times a day, just needing basic survival things like tires for my car. My kids want to go to the trampoline jumpy place, and I have to say, I can't afford it.
Here's the thing. Whether you're in an uncomfortable position like you're describing, or something that's less that, there are a lot of situations where people want something different than what they've got. But this is something that we really want you to hear. It is awareness of what is, and your belief that this is reality. And therefore your belief that since it is reality, it deserves a lot of your attention, if not your undivided attention. That prevents you from moving toward what you've actually already created. And so since this is such a pervasive scenario, so many people feel this way, we began describing it to you in these ways. You create your own reality. You know that, blah, 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 blah. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step 1 is ask, blah, blah, blah. Step 2 is source answers, blah, blah, blah. We even wrote a book about it. Step 3 is you get into the receiving mode. Step 4 is you get really good at that. Step 5 is you're so good at it that even when you step back into step 1, which is a valuable and necessary thing, you're not mad at yourself. So we explained it in that way. Then we are aware that still, these are just words to so many people, because what is in their life is still controlling what they are offering vibrationally. So then we began saying, you really want to tell a new story. You want to tell the story the way you want it to be, not the way that it is. But even with that, most people are just offering lip service. They're saying what they want while they're feeling what they don't have. In fact, they're saying what they want because they're trying to overcome what they don't have. Well, anytime you're trying to overcome what you don't have, you've just activated the vibration of where you are. So the now reality keeps dominating. So then we say to you, your now reality, what you call this manifestation or this now, is old news. It's like gum you've chewed all the flavor out of. It's old news. It's already done. Then we started to get some of your attention. It's really not the present tense. What is the present tense is this vibrational reality. Well, that was sort of hard for you to accept. So we began really talking about this vortex of creation, this vibrational reality. We gave it the name vortex. We wrote 2 books about this vortex. Want you to understand that this is real. Hard for you to accept that something that you can't see and hear and smell and taste and touch is real. But it is. We know that it is, but words don't teach. So we can talk about your vortex all day long. But until you sense that it is there, so then we're still looking for a way for you to accept the reality, this reality. So there's this reality where your inner being is, and there's this reality where you are. And the reality where you are has to do a little blending with this reality in order to let these, and then the words came from Jerry, turning thoughts to things. How do thoughts turn to things anyway? There are no pipelines bringing supplies in from other planets. Your economy and its evolution has been about your turning thoughts to things. And so then we began to explain to you that you've got this vibrational reality. Oh, it's pure positive energy. And it contains everything that you want, even things that you can't even identify that you want, because the components of it are so expansive, and the possibility of the exponential combining of them is more than your mind can even comprehend. This vortex exists on a vibration. Level, and it is coded to you through your vibrational association with it. You created it. It will always be yours. It's the other end of your lackful stick. It is for you. So some of you began coming along a little better about that, and then we began saying, you got to somehow get in that vortex where that stuff is. Well, you wanted to go into the vortex, but it's asking a lot of you. We know that it is. It's asking you to suspend your awareness of reality that your whole life everybody has been trying to get you to face. And we say, if your reality sucks, don't you want to look somewhere else? And so the more your reality sucks, then maybe the more you're willing to look someplace else. And then we hit upon something that became a very fast-moving advantage for so many of you. We explained to you that here it all is, and vibrationally here it all is. And in your poverty or in your lack of abundance, here you are. And you have got to find some way of allowing your vibration to rise and become equivalent to what's in your vortex in order for you to receive the thoughts that will translate into the abundance that you seek.
I get, yeah.
You can't get a good idea from this story that you just told to us. No good ideas come to you under those conditions.
What am I doing in that moment when I say I need tires for my car? Oh, I can't afford it. Am I really not doing myself a good service? When I say that, what do I say instead?
Doesn't matter what you say, it's how you feel. And by the time you're saying it, you've already got momentum going that caused you to say
you
it.
Can't help but notice you don't have money to buy tires for your car.
In that red hot minute, you can't, because law of attraction won't let you see other than what is in that moment. That's the momentum that you've got going. You've got this range of radio stations that you have access to, and they are sucky, suckier, and suckiest. That's the range that you've got. You can't go beyond that. But you could go to bed, and you could suspend your momentum, and you could get up in the morning, and you could briefly not be aware of that so much, and you could meditate, and you could quiet your mind, and you could allow your vibration to rise where your inner being could offer you a suggestion. Here's the thing that's tripping you up. This is so good. We are so happy to say this to you. This is going to be so valuable to you in the days and weeks that are following. So here's what's tripping all of you up. Your inner being is giving you the answer to everything that you want, but you can't hear it outside of your beliefs. So even though your inner being knows where your fortunes are, knows where to guide you, you can't hear it because you're vibrationally all wadded up in the what is. However...
Are you talking about me specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
However...
Because I do meditate in the morning.
Wait, but you didn't know this. You didn't know this that you're about to understand, that you're about to feel resonance with. So when you quiet your mind and you detach and you feel that detachment, and you're there for a little while, a few minutes maybe, and something occurs to you, something feels interesting, like I think I'll get a Slurpee at 7-Eleven, even something that unspiritual.
I get those impulses.
When you follow it, and when you consistently follow it, before long, those impulses are going to turn into something tangible enough that you can realize that you were receiving guidance that was guiding you in the best way that you could receive it toward the ideas that will blossom into the things that you are wanting.
So in that moment when I notice I can't afford something, don't worry about it.
Yes, of course, that's what we recommend, but we would be recommending something impossible. That's like saying your train's going 100 miles an hour in the direction you don't want to go, and all of a sudden just stop the momentum. Well, you're not going to stop the momentum. You're not going to stop the momentum of that. The only way you can turn that momentum around quickly is to fall off a cliff. We're not kidding. If you were to fall off a cliff, that happens really fast. We're not making fun of anything. But you would, in that, what you call death experience, you would suspend that lackful thought and you would swoop into the fullness of who you are. That's a quantum leap most of you don't want to take. And so a kinder, gentler way to go about it is to just allow yourself to take a nap, go to sleep, change the subject. Accept what is, satisfaction with what is. Just do your best to say, well, here it is, and things are working out for me, and I can't see how they're working out for me, but I want to believe that they're working out for me, and maybe they are working out for me. And I do like the idea that there are two ends of the stick, and that all of this uncomfortable experience that I've had has accomplished something. Maybe there is a vibrational reality. It could be that Abraham really knows something about that, and maybe I can find my way to that. And what's my path of least resistance to the state of vibrational beingness that would allow me to be the receiver? You have to find a way to allow yourself to be the receiver. And there's lots of things that you think you wanted. Inheritance would be nice, but my family didn't set me up for that. And the lottery would be nice, but I know the odds too much, and so I'm blocking that. And this could happen, and this could happen, but. But there are so many other ways through which it can come. We are appreciating this conversation so much because you're hitting upon something that so many people feel. You cannot face a reality that doesn't please you and be in that moment allowing the one that does. And so this is what we really want you to hear, because you heard something from us earlier. You heard us say, and we felt you feel the resonance with us when you heard it. And that was, your inner being never looks back. Your inner being never looks back. Did you hear it? And did you sort of kind of understand it and believe it? Your inner being never looks back. Now hear this. We have not said this before. It's your doing that has accomplished this statement, and it matters a lot. And we're all really appreciative that you've prodded us into this statement that is beneficial to the entire universe as you hear it and take it home with you and know it. What you call now reality is looking back. Because the manifestation has already taken place. That's like cooking the last egg in the kitchen and not doing it well. And there's just not that much you can do about it because you don't have another egg. That was so profound.
Yeah.
Don't forget to leave a positive message and subscribe.